Hi darlings, thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. And today I have a video for you where I'm going to be using mainly this Bible bookshelf stamp set. It is a 6x8 stamp set from ByTheWell4God. And as you can see, they're all books on this bookshelf, and they have enough for all the books of the Bible. So let me show you how cool this is. I know a lot of you picked it up. So what I love as well is this comes with instructions and stickers. So I'll show you. So we have all of the different bookshelves and the stacks, and they are broken up so that you have all of the different categories. So you have the law, history, poetry, major, minor prophets, gospels, etc., right? And then you can put all of the names of those Bibles on there. They give you all of those stickers here. This is clear stickers. So even if you color them, this will just blend in beautifully for your Bibles. And you can use it separately. You can use it all together. And on the back here, you can see how all of them would look when you stack them up on the bookshelf. Okay, so I am going to be using this in a different way. So you have the shelf down here and all of the book stacks. So you can just do book stacks or individuals like in your Bible page if you'd like to. What I am going to do is, many of you guys know that I am reading through the New Testament with the Daily Grace Co. in a year. So we're doing a study. It's called the Behold Study, and we have been reading through the New Testament. And as you can see, I've been doing my book introductions, filling up all of this information as I go through the year. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to pull out one of the blank note sheets back here. I just have some more notes here, and I am going to be stamping out my bookshelf, and I'm going to be coloring in all of the books that I have read so far. So we're almost to the end of the year. We just have a couple of months left, and I would like to track how many or all of the books that I read completely in 2024. So in conjunction with this Bible bookshelf, I also want to use this big idea outline number set to do the 2024. Then I'll build my bookshelf. I will add all of the stickers of the books of the Bible, and then I have another one. So let's say you have this Bible bookshelf and you have already done one, but you want to add one in another journal or maybe your Bible, and you have already used your stickers. Another idea I had was you could use, if you have the books of the Bible, which is, this is Anne Marie's handwriting, and it was also sold by ByTheWell4God. You can also use this, and so this would be pretty cool. I might throw in some decor from the coordinating stamp sets from this month. Maybe a lamp or two. So I'm excited to put this together. I'm going to go ahead and put you fast forward. I will link everything that I use below, and let me know if you guys have any questions. I will be using mainly the VersaFine Black Onyx ink because it's archival, it's waterproof, and even if you want to watercolor it, it's still going to work beautifully. I also want to say that I am going to be coloring in my books with these beautiful fall colored gel highlighters from Mr. Pen, and making my notes with my favorite black multi-liners from Mr. Pen as well. I'll link these below. You guys know how much I love Mr. Pen, and they're having a sale currently if you watch this video when it goes live. Okay, those are all the details. Let's go ahead and let's dig in.
Okay, darlings, so the first thing I'm going to do is create my shelf on my notes paper. So I'm going to go ahead and have this open up so I can see which book collection goes with what. And to be honest, you can use whatever book stacks you want, but in order for me to make this a little bit easier for me, I thought for my first project with this stamp set, I would just go by what Laura has already made for us. So I'm using my VersaFine Black Onyx ink. I'm going to ink up my little shelf here with the wood grain, and then I'm going to stamp that down. As you guys can see, I am using a long acrylic block that I have, which is perfect for longer items like this. I did stamp this out just with the black ink onto the paper, but something else you could have done, if you have any of the wood grain pattern paper, either in your stash or from from the kit, you could have used that as well, and it would have been just as pretty. Paper piecing is a great way to add some dimension to your project, and I do that a lot with stamping. You'll see me do a little bit of that later on. Okay, so here I have 3 shelves, and you saw me earlier, I was just counting the spaces between shelves, and now I'm gonna change out my stamp block to a more rectangle one, or it's kind of like a square rectangle. Remember, you always want the acrylic block that you're using with your stamps to match the size of your stamps, because that'll give you a better impression. Okay, so I am going to stamp these out on 3 different shelves. So the actual books are going to be split between 3 shelves, but I'm going to leave some space to have my 2024. So here you see me, I'm just kind of auditioning where I can put out my shelves, and I decide on doing 1 stack with the cat at the top. In the middle shelf, I'll have another stack with the clock, and that's gonna hold the letters to the churches. And then on the bottom, I'll have the stack of the letters to friends, the general letters, and also a prophecy book. I love VersaFine ink when it comes to really detailed stamping, because it just gives you a really nice crisp impression. And I love acrylic ink because it's waterproof, so it doesn't move when I'm going to either watercolor over it. I do a little bit of watercoloring later on, so you'll see that as well. Okay, now I'm gonna grab my numbers, and now I'm trying to make sure that they're gonna fit. And I grab out both paper packs, coordinating paper packs from this month. I have the Delivered, which has those colors, and then also I pulled out the Vintage Classics. And I'm just trying to pick a couple. You'll see me stamp out 2024 on 2 different papers, because I wanted to stamp out both and see which one I wanted to go with. Now, I could have just stamped out the 2024 straight onto the paper, but I decided to stamp it onto pattern paper to add a little bit of color, add a little bit of dimension and texture to the page. It was already going to be pretty flat, and you could have also done this, stamped it out the little shelves onto pattern paper, or the book stacks onto pattern paper and paper piece it. There's so many ways that you can use this stamp set to create your own unique shelf. So don't feel limited. Definitely think outside the box. So here I am stamping out my 2s, and I was looking at this wood grain, but also I wanted to see this lighter color mixed media page. I ultimately actually go with the wood grain, but either one would have looked really well. I was going to give this bookshelf actual like a fall look. So I also thought in my head that you could use lighter colors and make it look springy. You can use like summer colors and use more brighter colors if you'd like, whatever you feel is the best. So I'm not going to make you watch me fussy cut all of these numbers, but I go ahead and fussy cut 2024, and I put 20 on my top shelf and 24 in my middle shelf. You could have put it all the way across, which is what I was going to do initially, but I think this was a nice way to break it up onto the page. Now I'm going to use my Tombow liquid adhesive. This is the Aqua, the blue one, which is perfect for paper on paper. It also gives me a little bit of wiggle room to be able to get it in the right section or in the right position before I go ahead and commit. I also use my stamp block to layer on top of that. That's going to allow it to just give it a little bit of weight as it dries. It dries pretty quickly, but I also want it to be as flat as possible. Those little edges, make sure they're laid down as they dry. Okay, so next I'm going to pull out all of my stickers, and I'm just going to use my Mr. Pen gel highlighters. I love these. They have the consistency of like a gelato or a really nice smooth crayon, like a mix between those two. And I'm going to be using those to highlight the books that I have already read in 2024. And so I start picking out colors that I really like, that I feel like I want to use. And then I go through coloring all the books. And this was very therapeutic. We have read through the book of Philemon, and currently in Hebrews with the Daily Grace Co reading plan. So I will color in all of those books that correspond to all the ones I've read already. And I'm just using the guide over on the left-hand side that Laura has on the backing for us. And then I will go in and add all of the stickers. You can color these in with markers or color pencils, watercolors, whatever you already have in your stash, but you will have to color it in before adding the clear sticker. Just a heads up, because obviously you won't be able to add the clear color over the clear sticker. But I really, really loved kind of putting this together and adding different colors. I thought this would be really cool to use like Christmassy colors if you want to do like a Christmas shelf in the future. This is a very versatile, beautiful stamp set, and I had lots of fun putting it together. So here I am kind of finishing that up. I was going to go back and color in the cat as well that's on top of that first shelf, and I used two different colors to color him up in to kind of give him like a darker brownish color. I love that these gel highlighters from Mr. Pen, they are also beautiful to blend with, and they create some beautiful colors when you do that. Okay, next I'm going to grab my watercolors, and I'm going to use some brown and black, like a mix of that. And I'm going to go ahead and color in the shelf. I didn't have a gel highlighter that kind of matched a dark brown color that I wanted for my shelf, so I'm using watercolor here, and I'm just doing a mix of my brown and black to create a darker color and kind of to create some shadowing and some different colors within the green. Again, you could have stamped out the little shelf on pattern paper on a wood grain or brown cardstock, and it would have been just as pretty as well, and would have been even easier. So I definitely liked doing the mix with the watercolor, and I'll probably watercolor all my books on the next one. And then after I finish the shelves, then I go ahead and wipe off my brush, and then I'm going to go ahead and color in both the globe and the alarm clock. I also thought that it would be really cool to use other elements from the coordinating stamp set this month. You could have added a lamp. You could have added any of the other like leaves, maybe some fall leaves. Any of the other elements I think would have looked really cool on here. A letter board would have been really fun. I think that's going to be my next project, doing like a letter board on a bookshelf, because I just really love this stamp set and I want to try it again. So after I color in my alarm clock, I'm going to go ahead and start labeling my books that I have already read with the clear stickers that came with this stamp set. And if you need an extra set, I believe that Lori is still selling extra sets of these that you can pick up in the shop. You can also use, like I said, that stamp set by Anne Marie with the books of the Bible. If you are going to do multiple of these, you can use that. You can hand letter it in, whatever makes you feel comfortable and whatever fits your style the best. So I'm finishing that up there. Lastly, I'm going to grab my pen from Mr. Pen, and I'm just going to add that this is reading through the New Testament with the Daily Grace Co. Behold reading study plan. And I just love how this turned out. I cannot wait to color in and finish off the rest of my books. I'm going to add this into my Bible binder. I'm going to clip in my stickers so I don't lose them, and I'll add this to my Bible binder in the New Testament section here. And I'm just so happy to share this with you guys. This was a really cool project to do. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless. Bye.